What is up, my individuals? Thank you guys so much for tuning in to Hair Week. My name is Drexler. Now today I'm going to be dropping a big one on you guys, the 10 men's hair commandments. Now what I'm going to be discussing today are pretty much the worst hair sins of all time, and how, you know, if you do these things, you're going to be taking your hair through hell. So I'll be informing you on what they are and how you can adjust. And just to inform you guys, since it is Hair Week, I will be doing giveaways at the end of each video this week for a total of 7 winners. So stay tuned and see how you can easily enter at the end of this video. Alright, now let's go ahead and jump right into this with the first hairstyling commandment, and that is, when it comes to having a great hairstyle, do not depend solely on a hairstyling product alone. Now, I see so many dudes always worrying about what kind of clay they should be using, what kind of wax they should use, or paste, or whatever, and you know, what's gonna give them the best hold. And though that is very important, you know, the product that you use, but depending solely on that is not gonna give you a great hairstyle by any means. If you want the best results, great hairstyles are determined by the preparation phase, which is how your hairstyle is cut, the pre-styler that you're using, how efficient your blow drying method is. So worrying about which hairstyling product you should buy should definitely not be first priority. You know, you could buy a, say, $100 hair wax that is supposedly the best wax of all time, but if you don't lay the foundation right, your hairstyle is going to suck. You know, no matter how much money you spend on a hair product. So let's go ahead now and dig a little deeper and jump into number 2. Do not have a lifeless hairstyle. Now, to achieve this, you need to be able to communicate and collaborate with your barber. If you're having major trouble achieving volume, texture, lift, all that, you know, any issue that you have, you should be able to be open with your barber and mention these things to him. For instance, if your hair is over 5 or 6 inches on top and you know you want to achieve great volume, no product or anything is going to be able to give you that volume that you're looking for and make it last all day long, because once your hair hits around 5 or 6 inches, it's going to start weighing down. That's just what gravity does. And so if you don't have the right haircut, your hair is just going to fall flat and it's going to look very lifeless. It's very important to convey these issues with your barber and communicate, so that way you guys can strategically design a great hairstyle that's really going to work for you. Number 3, do not forget your pre-styler. You need to have a good pre-styler. Pre-styling is key, it's crucial, it is absolutely mandatory when trying to achieve a hairstyle that performs exactly how you want it, especially if you are trying to achieve volume and texture. Now, what a good pre-styler will do is it will simply give your hair life. When you apply it and then you blow dry your hair, you will definitely, if it's a good pre-styler, you will definitely see a huge difference. You should have massive volume and just that perfect texture. For those of you who are looking for a pre-styler that works extremely well, here at Shampoo we have the Ocean Sea Salt Spray that just came out a few months back, and this will just simply get the job done. Number 4, have a sufficient blow drying method. Now this one's really important because when it comes to blow drying, you have to, you know, be strategic so that way you can achieve that volume that you're looking for. Because like I said, that is the key above all else, and that's what's gonna give you that all day long lasting hold. Having a great haircut is the first step, and that's very important. Of course, you need a pre-styler, but besides that, you have to also create a simple blow drying strategy for yourself. But when it comes to blow drying, you also have to know how to stack your hair right. Now I made a video on this like 2 years ago, and it blew up. It has like over 2 million views, so you can check that out if you want, because I really go into detail in there about it. And so a great hack to achieve that all day volume is to simply blow dry this top midsection right here. Blow dry this all kind of up and forward. So that way, when you blow dry the front of your hair up, that front hair is going to be able to rest like that on top of this midsection hair. So that way, this is gonna be leaning on here all day long. You're not gonna have to worry about it falling because it's gonna be held up. Number 5, thou shalt not judge a product after using it one time. I mean, that just doesn't make sense. Jumping from one product to another after only using it for maybe 1 or 2 tries, this is not gonna help you. So learn the product, give it time. See how much product you actually need to use. You know, some people may use too much product because they think that's gonna give their hair more hold, but in actuality, it's so much product that it's just starting to weigh their hair down. And besides that, all products work differently, you guys. I've used pomades before where I have to use kind of like 2 scoops, and then I've used other pomades where I only have to use 1. So all in all, if you get a new product, play around with it a little bit. Usually a week's worth of testing and trying it out should do the trick, and you should know by then whether the product works for you or not. Number 6, use the right product for your hair type. For instance, if you have very thin hair, or say you're even thinning or receding, you might want to stay away from using creams, pomades, or even gels. I would personally even say stay away from using hairsprays. This is because a lot of those products kind of create that shiny, wet look, and this can cause your hair to look even more thinner than what it actually is. While a clay or a wax can actually do the opposite, and it can create more texture, it can create a lot more body and thicken your hair so that way it makes it look like you have more than you actually have. Number 7, do not shampoo your hair every single day. Now, I know you guys, I know you've heard this so many times from all of us hair YouTubers. I know this is obvious, but just hear me out really quickly. Shampooing your hair every day, of course, will damage your hair. We all know that. That's why we usually suggest to maybe shampoo your hair twice or 3 times a week at most. But you know, I've got a lot of comments from people asking me, what do you do if you're an athlete or you go to the gym every single day? Of course you want to go to bed with a nice clean head of hair. I mean, that's just, it feels nice and it just makes sense. You don't want your pillow sheets to be all greasy and dirty, which can also cause like acne and stuff like that, but whatever. Besides that, I personally would highly suggest you guys to use a gentle oil cleanser every day and replace it with shampoo, or if you really like shampoo and you know using shampoo and conditioner, use the oil cleanser in between the days that you don't shampoo. This way your hair remains at its most healthiest state. And what's great about an oil cleanser is that it's going to wash your hair clean without damaging your hair, without stripping out its natural oils like most shampoos do. All an oil cleanser is going to do is simply remove excess dirt and excess oil. Number 8, choose a right hairstyle for your face shape. Now, just a quick rundown, if you have a more round face shape, then you probably want to stick to hairstyles with more tighter sides, like nice skin fades and things like that. If you have more of a longer face, you may want to try out hairstyles that have more hair on the sides, so it can kind of balance things out and not make your hair look so elongated. And also, you know, you don't want to have a lot of volume either if you have a naturally just long head shape, because that can make it even look more longer, obviously. If you have more of a triangle face shape, then you may want to try out some hair on the sides as well, just to kind of balance things out. If you have a more oval or square face shape, in my opinion, you probably don't have to worry about too much. Most hairstyles look, you know, pretty good on you. But at the end of the day, you guys, this is just a typical guideline. You know, this doesn't apply to everybody. So feel free to sometimes maybe go against the grain and have a friend or have somebody that is honest with you and can let you know when a hairstyle does look really good on you, or if they think you should maybe switch things up a little bit, adjust certain things. You can even become a part of the individuals community, which we started on Facebook. You know, we ask each other advice on everything all the time, even when it comes to hairstyling or fashion advice. It's a great community that I think you guys would really love to be a part of, so I'll be sure to put all the information down in the description below. Number 9, stay away from long hairstyles if you are receding. Or, you know, if you start to recede, stay away from even growing out your hair, because I see a lot of guys do this. The second they start receding, they start growing out all their hair, and this is actually doing them worse. They think that if they grow out their hair, then people aren't going to notice that they're receding as much, but in actuality, I talked about this in a previous video, when you have long hair, it starts to get uncontrollable. It can start flapping everywhere, and it can easily reveal the fact that you're receding just by a simple gust of wind. And on top of that, say you're really receding right here near the temples, if you have long hair covering it, most of the times you can see through that long hair very easily, and you can see that someone's receding. It's not very hard to notice. So if you have shorter hair, for instance like me, now I'm not receding, but I've always had a high hairline ever since I was like 12 or 13. As you guys can see, it goes a little higher, it even goes a little higher under here. But the fact that my hair is short, I can style it over right here and kind of hide that side as well as this side. I can style that hair forward. And now the final 10th hair commandment: do not spend too much time on your hair. Now hear me out, this is something that I really want to dig deep and discuss. If your hairstyle takes longer than 5 minutes, then it's just a little too much, and you may need to find a hairstyle that takes less maintenance. At the end of the day, you guys, we're dudes. You know, don't worry if you have a couple flyaways, if you have a couple strands that fall down. You know, you can easily just push it right back up. That's what gives a hairstyle its style, you know, that's what gives a hairstyle life and personality. Having a Johnny Bravo type hairstyle isn't always necessarily the definition of a perfect hairstyle. The imperfections are what makes it. and it also kind of gives off a little sexy vibe as well, which is great. You know, a lot of girls actually like to see those strands, and they like that slightly fall down look. It shows that you don't need to try too hard to look good, you just do. It also shows that you care about your hair, but you also, you know, you're a chill guy. You aren't too worried or stressed about it either. You realize that there's more important things to life. And that's also a great quality and trait to have. Like I've said so many times in the past, having a high quality style is great, but having a high quality personality to go along with that is even better. And I don't know if you guys know this or not, but one of the main reasons why I personally got into men's lifestyle and grooming and fashion and all that is because it's actually known for being the second rated worst category for humans, period. Like the beauty industry and all that is one of the most negative industries that are ruining mankind and making us worse as individuals, making us more self-centered. I personally believe that we are all called by God to bless and love others, regardless of our belief system, regardless if we have differences and all that. There's actually this YouTuber that's kind of going through some controversy right now, and you know, I actually had a viewer comment on one of my last videos and say, hey, this is our chance to take so-and-so down, because, you know, they're kind of going through this controversy. And so when I got commented that of someone asking me to make a video on this person and with the purpose of tearing them down and taking them out for good, that honestly kind of just broke my heart, because I don't believe in tearing somebody down, even if you don't agree with them or even if they have a history of mistakes, because in actuality we all have done some pretty stupid and horrible things. It's just it doesn't fully get publicized all the time or noticed by millions upon millions of people. So for me, I always believe in conquering and overcoming the bad with love. As humans, we shouldn't be tearing other people down, you know, if we don't agree with them. How about praying for someone instead? How about praying for your enemies? How about praying for people that you don't agree with? In my opinion, doing it God's way like that, you know, I think that's what's really gonna change the world. So I hope you guys got a little something from that. Now on a more lighter note, it is time for today's giveaway. Today I will be giving away an activating oil cleanser by Shampoo, which I talked about a little earlier in this video. All you have to do is 3 easy steps. Sign up to my newsletter if you haven't yet. Follow me on Instagram at Drexler if you haven't yet, and comment your Instagram username down in the comments below, so that way I can DM you if you are the winner. And that's it, you guys. I'll be DMing winners every single day because, like I said, it is hair week. We're dropping videos every single day right now with giveaways every single day. So that's just cool because it gives you guys all just a better chance of winning product every single day. So if you guys dug today's video, be sure to give it a nice big thumbs up, subscribe if you are new, and of course it is hair week, so be sure to hit the notifications button so you can be informed every single day right when I drop a new hair video. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you tomorrow. Shaka bruh.